Interesting. I see. By any chance, do you know who the CEO of Viral Trading's parent company is? What kind of question is that? Whatever. Who cares who the CEO is? Does it make a difference to me getting my big fat paycheck at the end of the month? Nah. If it doesn't matter, I'll just find out after I start working there. Right. I guess you will. I start next month. Okay, well, good luck, I guess. Hey, Jack. What the hell are you doing at Viral Trading, nerd boy? I just saw you walking down the corridor with my manager. Is he showing you around for your new temp job or something? Yeah, that must be it. Some of the boys were talking about a new temp starting soon. Is that you? I bet I know what this is. You got all jealous when you heard I got a spot at Viral Trading. So you figured you'd try your luck, didn't you? I bet you couldn't bear to see the fact of me zooming ahead of you on the path to success and wanted to steal some of my glory. Am I right? Well, in that case, but I very kindly take it upon myself to train you up. Looks like your desk is going to be next to mine, so this is perfect, actually. That's not all. I hear the CEO of our parent company is coming in for an inspection today. Who knows? He might be so blown away by my immense work capacity, incredible good looks, wit, charisma, charm, and humility that he gives me a full-time contract at the parent company. How about that? Alright, enough chit-chat, nerd boy. Get your ass over here right now. It's time for your training. Oh yeah, and from now on, you will always greet me by lowering your head and saying the following. Sir Biff, your excellence, please do me the kindness of gracing me, the big pea-brain moron, with your infinite wisdom. Hey, Jack, what the heck do you think you're playing at? You've been slacking off for a whole hour now. That's not all. I can see you're not reading my messages. There's no tick on them, nerd boy. You've got some nerve to ignore your direct supervisor like this. After I kindly offer to train you up, no less. If you carry on with this insolent attitude of yours, I'll have no choice but to hunt you down and show you what happens to any pitiful fool who dares to defy me. That noise you made was awesome. I can still hear it in my head. I stealthily crept up from behind as you idly chatted in the hallway like the useless slacker that you are, and slapped your butt cheek with a ruler as hard as I could. Yeah, that worked so well I think I might have to use it again. As your official supervisor, this is just what I needed to keep your ass in line. Which means, Jackie boy. It's time to drop your cocky attitude, you filthy, disgusting temp worker. If you don't hurry up and get to your desk, I'll come and slap that ass of yours again, you disobedient little peon. Want to get spanked with a ruler again? Or is the butt going too easy on you? I know. How about I hit you over the head with it instead? Or should I go for the back? Crack! I bet I could get a nice shot on your back. The sound would be like music to my ears. Whoop. Biff, you've only been at this company for a month, right? So what? I'm still a million times more important than filthy temp scum like you. It's time you learned your place, worm boy. Good grief. You should at least know the name and face of the CEO of your parent company. Huh? Jack! What the heck is going on here? Hello, Biff. Why would a temp worker be the CEO? Not just that, but the CEO of our parent company. Yep, that's right. I'm the CEO of Viral Holdings, parent company of Viral Trading. How could a pathetic temp worker like you ever become the CEO of anything? You have no professional achievements to speak of, and no one respects you. You seem to be making lots of assumptions and misunderstandings here, Biff. But like I tried to tell you before, there was a reason I went into temp work instead of finding a proper full-time job at a company like the rest of you guys back when we graduated college. A reason? But he didn't want me to go into a green in it, so he told me to get a year or two's worth of temp agency experience so I'd know what the professional world was like before I took home the title of CEO. I did as I was told and spent 2 years working as a temp at various companies. After that, I started working at my dad's company and learned a bunch of stuff from the other employees. I finally got appointed as CEO a year ago. What? You didn't tell me anything about this back in college. Why would I tell you in the first place? Besides, I already learned the hard way that you should never tell people more than they need to know about this kind of thing, because it only ends up coming back to bite you in the ass. I figured I was better off keeping it quiet. Anyway, it's the kind of thing you go around telling people about, is it? What the hell? But if you had told me you were CEO, I never would have done it. My left butt cheek is all red and swollen because of your little stunt with a ruler. Whether I was a CEO or a temp employee is irrelevant. You do not go around slapping people's butt cheeks with rulers. That's unforgivable behavior in any workplace. Surely even you understand that. Not only that, but who do you think you are taking it upon yourself to be my supervisor and task yourself with the role of disciplining me? You can't seriously think the company would entrust such an important role to the newbie on his trial period who's barely been at the company a month? Who exactly do you think you are? Well, it's common knowledge that temp workers are pretty much like subordinates to workers with proper contracts. That's why I took the initiative with training you up. I'm pretty sure there's nothing like that written in the company rules. Besides, you do know there are some very talented temp workers who make more than regular employees. What? Wow, you didn't know that either. No, Anyway, you'll find out how we'll be dealing with you when your manager contacts you over the coming days. So for now, you're to do as you were told at the office and take a long, hard think about your behavior at home. Hey, Jack, why the hell am I getting fired? This constitutes an unfair dismissal. What do you want me to do about it? You're the CEO of our parent company. Surely there's something you could do to help your friend out of this mess? I heard you got into viral trading through personal connections, isn't that right? Huh? So the head of the HR department at Viral Holdings is your cousin, huh? I guess that explains why you thought you could get away with being so arrogant and domineering towards me and the other employees. What's wrong with using available manpower? You guys needed a number cruncher and I needed a job. There's nothing necessarily wrong with getting hired through personal connections, but only if it means bringing quality personnel into the company. In that case, I'm all in favor of it. Then why question it? That said, this might sound strange coming from the man himself, but you've been at the company a whole month and you still don't know the name or face of the CEO of your parent company. Due to your fatal lack of knowledge, when you saw me doing an inspection tour of the building, you assumed I was a new temp being trained up based on absolutely no evidence whatsoever. Then you came up from behind and slapped me with a ruler. And that's not all. I received a report from Sarah from admin that you hang around her department for hours at a time, making inappropriate sexual remarks and inviting her out on dates. Hey, my love life is my own private business, so stay out of it. Sarah is engaged. But you knew that, didn't you? You kept harassing her even though she refused you firmly time and time again and made it very clear she was in a relationship. You pestered her relentlessly, trying to use the fact you were the cousin of Viral Holdings' HR manager as a way to impress her by trying to seem like some kind of hotshot. What's wrong with using the cards in my deck? Would you get mad at a poker player for using his ace? The fact that you think having relatives at a company gives you license to act like a selfish, creepy weirdo is messed up to begin with. To frame this more in line with your own way of thinking, you're the worst card in our deck and we have zero use for you.
God, but why?
Want to know who Sarah's husband is? It's me.
What? What? Are you serious?
The reason I went to Viral Trading HQ for an inspection in the first place was because Sarah told me she was being sexually harassed by some weird new guy. When I asked her more about it, it became pretty clear to me the individual in question was you. It was clear to me at this point allowing HR to hire through personal connections had turned out to be an absolute disaster. Being a jerk to me over messages is one thing, but I had to draw the line at sexually harassing my employees, which is why I arranged to come and check on you under the pretext of a facilities inspection and made my way down to company HQ in person.
What?
And when I did, not only did you not realize I was the CEO of the parent company, but you mistook me for a temp and somehow felt that gave you full license to come over and physically assault me from behind with a long, hard object.
What? What kind of CEO are you? Who pulls crap like this? You can't do surprise inspections on your employees. That's not fair. What a dick move.
The only reason it was a surprise to you is because you still didn't have a clue who the CEO of the parent company was after a whole month. Whose fault do you think that is? Maybe if you had spent more of your time focusing on your work and familiarizing yourself with the company than sexually harassing my employees, you wouldn't be in this mess.
Oh my God.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand. The reason you're getting fired is because your problematic behavior became too serious to ignore.
God.
Oh, and you should know I'm considering filing for compensation from you for the assault in the hallway.
Compensation?
Or to be more precise, settlement money that includes compensation. I already filed the police report.
Police report? What the?
If you want me to drop the charges, then I suggest you pay me enough money that I'd be willing to settle this out of court.
Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. What even is this?
This is the result of your actions, Biff. Is that so hard to understand? You'll be receiving a call from my lawyer over the coming days. It would be in your best interest to have a good think about what you've done and cultivate some self-awareness as to what a grade A moron you've been before that happens.
Are you serious? This cannot be happening.
After the events of today's story, I found out another interesting little fact. Apparently, Biff had recently been fired from another company before joining us. As a result, he found it difficult to find anywhere else willing to hire him, which is why he ended up getting into viral trading through personal connections. However, he seems to have made a fatal error in his understanding of what entering a company on personal connections means, because it certainly doesn't give you license to treat others like crap. Actions have consequences, and naturally, Biff's behavior led to him being fired once more. It came to my attention later on that Biff's department manager had been aware of his problematic behavior, but kept quiet about it. Naturally, that was unacceptable, so some harsh words were spoken and the necessary action taken. As for the compensation, my lawyer got in touch with Biff as promised, and realized he had no choice but to pay up or face legal action and jail time. I got every cent of what I asked for in a lump sum. Apparently his mom and dad were kind enough to help him come up with the money. But that certainly didn't mean he was off the hook. I heard his dad called in a favor with an old drinking buddy to get him a job at a fish factory, where he was forced to work grueling 12-hour shifts and kept in line by a manager nicknamed the Slave Driver in order to come up with the money to pay them back. Not only that, but he was forced to live in a broom cupboard at the factory until his parents had been repaid every last cent they lent their wayward son. I'm not sure why he chose me of all people, but I got a random SOS message from him one day. Naturally, I blocked him as soon as I realized who it was and carried on about my day.
Kate, I'm sorry. I don't think things are gonna go well for our wedding tomorrow.
Wait, Roland? What's going on?
Ever since this morning, my dad has been saying the craziest things.
Like what?
He was screaming and yelling at me about how I'm trying to mix uneducated, low-life blood into our elite families.
Low-life blood?
I was wondering what he was doing when he left the house this morning, but then he came home with papers in his hand. Then he screamed out, "This marriage is off," before coming to me. The way he spoke about everything was all over the place, but I was able to get the gist of things. He was talking about your family that whole time. He rambled on and on.
My family? What was he saying about us?
My mom and I were able to get him to go into his office, and we're both waiting for him to calm down before we ask that same thing again. I'm sorry to ask this, but if we haven't figured out anything with him by tomorrow, you mind heading to the wedding venue before me? I'm gonna let the staff there know about this, and we'll come moments before the wedding all starts. And when I can, I'll do my best to explain what all happens with my dad by that time.
Understood. You don't have to talk with me all the time, but I'd like to be updated on this when you have your hands free.
Sure, I'll try my best to keep in touch with you throughout today and tomorrow. And if I haven't been able to get back to you for some time, you can go ahead and call or text me to get my attention. That would really help, actually.
All right, sounds good.
I really am sorry about this. Marriage is off!
Oh, is this Roland's dad? Now that I think about it, the last time I saw you, I had given you my phone number, right?
This marriage is off! We were just about to be completely fooled by you lowlifes. So, I'm not going to let you speak even one complaint about this marriage being off.
Can you tell me what's going on here? I'd like a proper reason for all of this nonsense.
You should know already without me saying anything. I should have expected that, though, from a bunch of brainless apes like you guys all are.
And what exactly do you mean by that? I can understand if this had something to do with only me, but asking for our marriage to not happen based off my family? Well, this doesn't seem to be about myself anymore, so I'd really like to know what's going on with you.
I guess I'll have to explain in order to get you to understand. Today, I learned from an investigator that both of your parents never graduated from high school back in the day. Are you not embarrassed by both of your parents being dropouts?
Embarrassed by something like that? So these things about my family being lowlifes and uneducated was specifically pointed at my mom and dad?
So that's what you're wanting to know about right now? Well, considering you had to be raised by those two monkeys, it only makes sense that you're unable to pick up on things normal human beings can. Now you listen very carefully, all right? In my family, every single one of us went to and graduated from a university. And if you'd like to know, they weren't just any universities, but only the best Ivy League schools in the U.S.
I don't really want to stomp on your parade there about people's educations, but I went and graduated from the same exact school as Roland.
And I'm sure you had to go there using federal grants and other things the government gives to the poor. You should have to go into debt in order to get an education.
I never received any grants or scholarships, and both my parents had to pay for me to go.
Stop lying to me. There's no way a couple of high school dropouts have that kind of money.
Sure, you're right that the both of my parents are different from most families and did not graduate from a university or anything. And considering that this world loves people that spend money to go to school over those that get an education outside of the normal system, they had to work really hard. But by the time I started to understand the real world, I wouldn't say that either of my parents were poor. Quite the opposite, actually.
I don't think a girl raised in a family of lowlifes has any idea what a proper family with money looks and feels like.
I really don't think there's much of a difference there, depending on the family one grew up in.
Anyhow, I will not allow for any of your foul, low-life blood to enter my elite family made up of only the most intelligent university graduates. We have no need for that disgusting blood in this family, so your marriage is off. I will not allow either of you to get married to one another. Don't you ever come around my elite family of university graduates again, you child of two uneducated heathens. Hey, you're not canceling that wedding, and you're carrying it out until the very end. What the hell do you think you're doing?
So instead of asking your son about that, you're going to text me?
I already ordered Roland not to get married to you, but him not listening to me and going through with the wedding anyway has to have been your doing for sure.
But the one that chose to make sure that you weren't going to be a part of this wedding was Roland himself. Both your wife and your younger son also agreed to this and have been telling everyone the reason you're not here is due to you being very sick.
Excuse me? I was led to believe that everyone was still home and didn't go due to the TV being left on in the living room.
From what I hear, besides when you go to the bathroom, you are locking yourself in your home study and not coming out, right?
Are you really telling me that everyone went along with the wedding and not having me there that easily?
To be honest, a lot of thought went into this, but from the very beginning, the both of my parents have been very fond of Roland. And when it came to you having a lot against them due to their education, they made sure to treat that as a completely different problem, allowing the two of us to still get married to one another.
So you're telling me that two uneducated chimps' thoughts carry more weight around everyone than an elite university graduate like myself?
You're still going on about that?
I sure am. In order to make this clear to you once again, in this world, those that have dropped out of high school and never made anything of themselves are nothing compared to an elite degree-holding man like myself.
So, even after all that's been done and said to you, you're not only going to still think like that, but still venture to say that the both of my parents are less than human?
There's nothing wrong with that, as I'm correct here.
Then there's no other option here. My mom and dad are ending that contract.
What? Contract? Ending it? What are you talking about? I don't remember there ever being any contract signed with a couple of lowlifes like yourselves. Hey, cancel that contract cancellation right now! Right now my position is in danger because of this.
I really don't understand why you're contacting me about that when I have zero to do with it.
Well, the man I asked to go and speak with your parents directly told me that they didn't want to hear a word from him.
Well, I can understand why that was. Now, allow me to explain the situation for you then. Originally, you were put in charge of making very good relations with an up-and-coming company that's making a lot of money right now. You were supposed to go and learn all about said company and make a partnership with it in order to help your company as well. Well, it just so happens that said company is run by my mom and dad, and that it is very important to you guys over there.
And this was the first time I'd ever heard about who your parents are, the moment I walked into the office and heard from my boss.
I spoke with you before about the location I've been working at, and that it so happens to be the same company my parents own and manage.
What?
When it comes to the cancellation of this major contract, the main reasons for it are that neither of my parents want to have relations with a company who employs people like you, who judge others based off their education and nothing else, and are willing to openly make horrible remarks about them. And that's what you were told by your boss today, right?
Please, Kate, can you please go and talk with your parents and explain to them that this was all a huge mistake on my part and will never happen again?
I'm really sorry, Davis, but even though I work within their company, I am nothing more than a simple office worker there. Naturally, that means I have no right at all to be telling them what to do with you, especially when you were personally making rude remarks about them.
You're the daughter of the CEO, though!
And if I abuse that position of mine, I will be fired.
Well, do something about that, then. Had I freaking known your parents were very important business partners, then I wouldn't have said those things about them, and would have been all for your marriage to Roland.
Well, that's not the topic of discussion right now, is it?
What?
No matter who the people you knew about were, the way you acted out and spoke about them was not okay for someone your age. The reason that this contract is being canceled now isn't just because of the way you acted towards the wedding yesterday.
What?
Some people have said that you're causing a lot of trouble for coworkers at your job that didn't end up going to college or anything like that, and joined the workforce right after high school. Are you sure your ways of judging and belittling people at such an egregious rate don't have something to do with you now?
Then what the hell am I supposed to do here? There's no changing the fact that I graduated from a university, and those employees are high school graduates, and your parents are middle school graduates. Those are all facts. What the hell am I supposed to do about all of that?
Unfortunately, you still don't seem to get what the problem really is with you.
Then what the hell is it?
Too late now. Since you don't seem to care at all about fixing yourself and making up for all the damage you've caused, I'm going to have to relay that to my parents.
Huh? Hey, you stop that!
Screw off.
Stop that right now!
The deal in question was allowed to continue. However, there was a condition: remove the problematic employee from the new project. That problematic employee, as you might have guessed, was none other than my fiancé's father, Davis. As a result, Davis was demoted to a dead-end position, stripped of any real responsibility, and had his salary significantly reduced. His once prominent position in the company was gone, replaced by the shame of being sidelined in his professional life. This turn of events didn't just affect his career, though. It spilled over into his personal life as well. Soon after, Davis's wife, my mother-in-law, filed for divorce. I'll never forget the last time I saw her. As we were saying our goodbyes, she looked Davis straight in the eye and, in the calmest voice, said, "I think you're under a misconception. I'm not a college graduate, but a high school graduate." Davis, who had always prided himself on appearances, looked utterly stunned, as if he'd been hit by a bombshell. He didn't know what to say, and I couldn't help but notice how much that one comment affected him. This revelation might seem insignificant to an outsider, but for Davis, it cut deep. He had always acted with a certain arrogance, believing that his wife, his career, and his life were all perfect and prestigious. To find out that the woman he had been married to for years was not the educated upper-class partner he had assumed her to be must have been a huge blow to his ego. It was as though the foundation upon which he had built his sense of superiority was crumbling before his eyes. Not long after this, Davis chose to resign from his position at the company. Officially, it was a voluntary resignation, but everyone knew the truth. He was forced out. Whether it was due to shame, stress, or simply an inability to deal with the drastic changes in his life, Davis couldn't handle it anymore. He walked away from the career he had worked so hard to build, a career that had once defined his identity. However, walking away wasn't the end of his troubles. Davis was already in his late 50s, and finding a new job at his age, especially after the scandal that surrounded his name, proved to be impossible. He had burned too many bridges over the years, alienating colleagues and subordinates with his overbearing attitude. He had always believed himself to be untouchable, the kind of person who could say and do anything without facing consequences. But now, as he searched for employment, it became painfully clear that no one was willing to help him. From what I've heard, Davis is now living a life far removed from the one he once knew. Gone are the days of high-powered meetings, expensive suits, and the respect he commanded in the corporate world. Instead, he scrapes by doing day labor, picking up whatever odd jobs he can find just to put food on the table. The fall from grace has been steep, and the man who once lived in luxury is now struggling to survive. It's hard not to feel a mix of emotions when I think about Davis. On one hand, his downfall feels like the inevitable consequence of years of poor decisions, both in his professional and personal life. He treated people around him with disdain, always assuming he was better than everyone else. Whether it was his colleagues, subordinates, or even his family, Davis had a way of belittling those who didn't live up to his impossible standards. In the end, that arrogance isolated him, and now, when he needs the help the most, there's no one willing to offer him a hand. He was a man who built his career from the ground up, and in many ways, he deserved the success he achieved. But somewhere along the way, he lost sight of what truly mattered, and that's when everything started to unravel. As for his personal life, the divorce from my mother-in-law was the final nail in the coffin. Their relationship had been strained for years, but Davis had always assumed that his wife would stay by his side no matter what. In his mind, she was a part of the image he wanted to present to the world, an educated, cultured woman who matched his idea of success. But when she revealed that she wasn't the person he thought she was, it was a wake-up call. Suddenly, Davis realized that everything he had built was based on false assumptions. In the end, Davis's life is the cautionary tale of what happens when pride, arrogance, and poor judgment go unchecked. He had everything: career, family, status, but he took it all for granted. Now he spends his days doing menial labor, barely scraping by, while the world moves on without him. It's a lonely, impoverished existence, and it's hard not to imagine the regret he must feel as he looks back on the choices he's made. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Dad, can you start coming home right now?
Oh, Mary?
But you're on a business trip right now, aren't you? There's no way you can come all the way home now.
I'm sorry for taking so long to get back to you. If you have a lot to talk about, you can go ahead and start telling me it all now, since I'm about to get on the train anyway. By the way, what happened to you being at school? You shouldn't have the day off or anything like that today, right?
I have a fever and decided to come home early.
Wait, did you catch a cold or something?
Probably, yeah.
I see. You go get into bed then and warm yourself up and take some water into your room with you so you stay hydrated. There should be some medication in the pantry you can take if you start to feel even worse and cough more, all right?
But, Dad, I can't get into the house right now.
Huh? Did you forget to take the house key with you to school today?
I guess so. I went and changed my bag yesterday to a brand new one, and when I was moving all of my things over into it, I must have forgotten the house key.
Wait, but Mom should still be there at the house today, right? She told me she didn't have any plans to leave the house for today.
I heard that from her as well, but it doesn't look like she's home right now. I rang the doorbell over and over again, but she never came, as well as banged on the door some. And the man next door just came out and told me that about an hour ago, Mom left the house and hadn't come back yet.
What is she doing right now? And right now you have a fever, right? Do you think you can make it over to Grandpa's house just down the road? I heard that Grandma took the day off her part-time job as well, so she'll be home to take care of you. Let me call and ask them if it's fine for you to go there.
I should be able to make it out to their house soon.
Have a safe trip and be careful, please. I'm going to talk with my company and see if I can start heading home today to meet with you tonight.
Sounds good.
George, next month I'll be going on a really long business trip, all right?
What?
From the second Monday that month, I'm going to be out of town for about 3 to 4 days, or maybe even a week if I have to.
Wait, you have to be gone for up to a week?
What, is there something wrong with that?
Well, actually, during that time next month, I'm probably going to be going on a small trip out of town.
Well, that's pretty rare of you.
Well, look, a couple of months ago I had that high school reunion, right? Back then I ran into some old friends of mine again, and we've been talking a lot more ever since. And, we started to talk a lot about the field trips we'd go on and stuff like that in high school. And as we talked and talked and talked, we came up with a plan for a trip that all of us want to take together.
I see. So this all started because of that reunion?
If I really can, I'd love to be able to go on this trip, so I was wondering if it would be all right to leave Mary over at your parents' place for them to watch over her. I know that she's a high schooler now, but she can't be left home all alone for 10 days without me around, right?
That's a good point. I don't mind you taking some time to go on that trip with your friends, but first I'll have to ask and see if my parents will be all right with watching Mary for that time. Once I have an idea of what their plans all are, I'll get back in touch with you and we can chat some more.
Sounds good, Dexter. I'm not able to get the front door open at all. What's going on here? Maybe it's my key that's broken, but I really don't think that it is. Do you have any idea what's up with the lock on the front door?
Welcome home, Marge.
By the way, are you even home right now?
I'm home.
Then could you please hurry up and come open the front door to let me inside?
I don't think it's going to help if I came and opened the door to the house.
What do you mean it wouldn't help?
Because the house that you're at is my previous house, right?
What? What do you mean by it being your previous house?
I moved.
Huh?
Sorry for doing this while you were out having that affair with another man, but Mary and I have moved out of there and are settled in here, so there's no reason for you to come back to us anymore.
What? Hold on a second. What was that about me having an affair? What are you going on about right now?
Are you going to try playing dumb with me now or something?
Are you seriously saying that I've been having an affair with another man?
Well, that's what I just said, wasn't it?
Oh, stop talking a ton of nonsense about me, please. I told you already that this trip was me and my old friends getting together to go enjoy ourselves. We literally talked about this already, right?
Really? So you like to go with your friends to hotels like that one?
What?
If that's the kind of place you're taking your friends to, and those are the kinds of things you do with them there, then I do not want to meet any one of them. And to think that the man is married himself.
Huh?
And to make things even more tough, he's the father of one of Mary's classmates. What I'm hearing so far is that you and him talk to one another a lot due to the fact that you both have kids in the same class, and that ended up with you in bed together for 10 days. I'm really trying to figure out how that could have happened so quickly, because if there's no good reason for it, that's all too strange. Honestly, you guys' reasoning might be something I can't comprehend.
How much do you know about this?
I know the things that are most important to me, so a lot of it.
What?
The reason I began to have doubts about you in the first place started the last time I had to leave town for work. I never ended up saying anything to you about this, but Mary ended up having a fever at school and took the rest of the day off to be at home. But when she made it home to a house where you should have been, she said you weren't there when she called me. After hearing from her that you were nowhere to be found, I ended up texting you asking where you were at. Do you remember that? You told me that you were at home, the same home that Mary said you specifically weren't at.
That's what that was all about? Now that I think about it, there was a time when she came down with something. But she told me that she had stayed at school the whole day and never took time off to come home.
That was because she didn't want you figuring out that we were onto you at the time. I guess she wanted to keep everything we thought about you a secret, though, because I never actually told her not to say anything to you. On that day, you were out with that other man, right? What the hell do you think you're doing at the age of 45 when you have a kid in high school?
Well, you said that you both moved out of this house, right? Tell me where your new address is.
Why should I do that?
Why should you?
Why do you think I would keep us moving to a new house quiet from you?
But...
Mary really hates your guts now, Marge.
What?
On that day, on a rare day where she was so sick and needed to leave school to go home and rest, she came home to nobody being inside and having no way to let herself in. I'm sure she felt helpless as hell then. And after that, thinking when she'd talk with me I'd give her a reason for why you weren't home, we both had to learn that you've been having an affair. And that day you were out with another man who wasn't her dad. I think to a high school girl like Mary, learning something like that about her own mom is one of the most, if not the most, shocking things ever. So it makes sense why she hates you so much now.
But, I think that at least meeting once to talk all of this over.
That's not enough to get me to tell you my new address where we're living. Also, I have one other thing to tell you that's pretty important. Mary's changing schools.
She's changing schools? She's going to have to leave her current high school and go somewhere else?
That's what she wanted. How could she go to a school every day with a classmate whose dad has been going out with her mom behind her dad's back? It's too much for her to handle now, and with her having to apply for college in a couple years, she can't waste her time worrying about you anymore. So after thinking things through for a little bit, she decided to change schools. I wanted to do anything for her, and that's why I made sure to get us a house closer to where her new school will be.
No way!
I'm also transferring jobs.
Huh?
I had plans for something like this before, all right? I wanted to talk with you about it, but then I learned you were most likely having an affair and decided to keep all of this to myself. Then, soon after that, I learned that you were indeed going out with another man behind my back. I thought about how having to continue living in a house like that would ruin my daughter's and my own mental health, and chose to sell it.
What the hell? Where the hell am I supposed to go then?
How about you go back to your parents' house?
What?
I already made sure to send all of your things there. Also, the lawyer will be paying your parents' house a visit soon, so...
A lawyer?
There are a lot of things we have to decide on in the divorce, so I decided it would be best to have a lawyer involved in all of this. And, of course, your secret man is going to be involved in all of this as well.
Why do you keep carrying on with this conversation? If you do something like that to me...
There's no reason to be worried about what everyone else is gonna think about you now. Both your parents and that man's wife are well aware of what you've both been up to.
No way!
I'm just gonna let you know right now, you don't have any allies in this.
No, doing all of that without me.
Remember, it was you who asked for all of this by having that affair, so could you at least cut it out with trying to blame others for your responsibilities?
No, at least not a divorce.
If you have anything to say about it, please go have a word with my lawyer. I don't want to talk with you anymore. Mary would like to start making a new environment here with me that is much happier than the one you've created, so stay out of the way of that, please.
Wait!
With all that being said, I don't think you and I will be meeting with one another anymore.
I just told you to wait!
Goodbye forever. After finalizing the arrangements for alimony and child support, the divorce was officially settled. It seems that my ex-wife had planned to remarry her affair partner, but surprisingly he chose to reconcile with his own wife instead. In a complete reversal, she immediately turned to me asking for reconciliation. When I refused, she apparently went to my parents' house, only to be shocked by the fact that a different family was living there. She was completely taken aback by this unexpected situation. I had already informed her that my parents had moved with me when I relocated, but it seems she had forgotten. In her panic, she caused quite a scene at the house. Afterward, she was severely scolded by her parents. Given that alimony and child support were part of the divorce settlement, her parents arranged for her to be transferred to a distant workplace. There, she's under strict supervision and seems to have finally come to terms with the situation. Now, from what I hear, she spends her days quietly working, going through her routines in silence. Thinking back on the sequence of events, it's almost surreal how quickly things escalated and then shifted again. My ex-wife had been so certain that her future lay with the man she had chosen over me, yet fate had other plans for her. I can't help but feel a sense of poetic justice in how things unfolded. The fact that her affair partner decided to return to his wife, abandoning her plans for remarriage, must have been a crushing blow to her. In that moment, she probably realized the gravity of her choices and the consequences of her actions. When she turned to me seeking reconciliation, I was already past the point of no return. The betrayal and hurt she had caused couldn't simply be undone with a request for forgiveness. I had spent countless sleepless nights agonizing over the situation, but by the time she asked to come back, I had made peace with the idea of moving on. Refusing her was my way of reclaiming my dignity and asserting that I deserved better than being her second choice. Her visit to my parents' old house still makes me laugh when I think about it. The fact that she went there expecting to find them, only to discover that a completely different family was living there, must have been quite a shock. I had clearly told her we had moved, but it's clear she wasn't paying attention, or maybe she was too caught up in her own world to remember. Either way, the scene she caused when she realized her mistake was both embarrassing and unnecessary. Her parents, who had always been somewhat strict, understandably didn't take kindly to her behavior. From what I gather, they were deeply disappointed in her choices. With the divorce settled, they arranged for her to be sent to a workplace far away where she could no longer easily meddle in my life or cause more disruptions. The fact that she's now under close watch means she's finally had to confront the reality of her situation. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Mom, prom at the convention center downtown is over with now, so I'm going to head out to dinner with some of my friends before coming back home to you. We shouldn't be out too late tonight, and I might even have a friend of mine come over to stay the night as well, if that's okay. Sounds great, Danny. Just make sure you don't get that prom dress dirty while you're out having fun at the restaurant or wherever you guys plan to have dinner. I'll try. By the way, your sister's going to pick you up later on with her car. Wait, really? Oh, that's such a huge help for me. And if the rest of your friends are all heading back home in the same direction, she said she'd be happy to accommodate 3 others in the back of the car. So when you have a time, a place, and an amount of people you plan to have taken home, please text your sister and let her know. Roger that. I'll ask everyone and see who can ride along. Betsy, what the hell do you think you're doing? Marv? Oh, it's been a long time since I last spoke to you through text. Isn't something like this a bit difficult for you? Or have you finally come around to getting used to texting people? This has nothing to do with me and my texting abilities. I'm here to yell at you about how you went and stole my dress. What? I never stole any of your dresses, though. And to start you off with a little bit of important information regarding us, I haven't been out to your place in the past 5 years. I remember you told me to stay away from your house the last time I'd been there, all because my daughter never ended up going to a private high school like your son's daughter has. And you told me that was a crime in your family. And sure, I've passed through town close by to your place before, but not once have I stopped to even say hi to any of you guys there. So then you're saying you broke in and stole the dress? That means you must have made your own key for this house, so I'm asking that you hand that over to me now. Either that or I'll go ahead and change the locks to this house myself and have you pay for the fees. I have neither broken into your house or used a spare key that I'd made to get into there. Well, for the time being, I just want my dress back. And of course, I want you to have it cleaned before handing it back to me. You want your dress cleaned? If you hand that dress back over to me in the sorry state that you've most definitely left it in, then I'm going to make you pay me double for having stolen it from me. Mom, I just called and asked for Jessica to come and get me. Danny, why do you seem so gloomy right now? And why are you already asking to be brought home when it's only been around an hour since you told me you'd be going out to dinner with your friends? As we were walking down the street to head to the restaurant, we passed by Grandma's house. You know, Dad's mom's house. And as we were passing by it, I had red wine splashed all over the dress. What? Marv? I just got a couple of text messages from Danny a few seconds ago, and I'm starting to believe that what she said to me has to do with this dress of yours, which you believe I broke into your house and stole from you? Does that mean you're the one that went out and threw red wine all over her prom dress as she was walking by? That was me. As I had gone out to grab the wine I had ordered, which just arrived and would be given to Jasmine for her prom party, I saw your daughter out there wearing my dress as she walked by. No matter how one looked at it, it was very clear that you went and stole my dress from me so that she could have a dress to wear on the day of her prom. I told you already I did not steal that dress. If it were family that had done this to me, I could find a way to forgive them, but it was a stranger who stole my dress from my house. A stranger? I told you that you're no longer allowed anywhere near this house, this family, which makes you a stranger to my family. And for starters, I never once said that I was okay with you getting married to my younger son, and even though it's been 20 years now since you guys got married, I still do not forgive you for that. You are a thief who went and stole my son from me. And I just saw as your daughter of all creatures was out wearing the dress that you stole from me. I suppose thieves have to learn from somewhere, right? And that means she'll make for a good thief herself now. The reason I threw that red wine all over her and the dress was to make sure that you'd have to pay to have the dress cleaned, or else I would have never gotten over the rage that I was in. Getting rid of all those stains from that pearl white dress is going to cost you a lot of money, especially when those stains were made with red wine of all things. I'm not sure the dress will even be salvaged after that. This all feels so wonderful for me right now. The one paying for that dress to be cleaned won't be me, but you, Marv. Huh? Don't you dare start crying about what'll happen with you later. Danny, this is about your prom dress from a few weeks ago. It took a lot of time and a lot of steps to have cleaned, but it's starting to look good as new now with pretty much all of the stains gone.
Really? Oh, that's so great to hear.
Seems that your friend you were with at the time, who had the bright idea of patting off a lot of that wine the moment it hit your dress, was a hero that night. Make sure to go and tell them thank you for using up all of their tissues for that, please.
Will do. By the way, have you talked with Aunt May about any of that?
Just once.
And what did she say about all of this?
She was even more angry than I was at the time.
I'm sure she was. I mean, Grandma did something that would get anyone's blood boiling, right? Especially when that dress was something you had gotten from your grandma a long time ago and was still in mint condition.
That's right. Originally, that dress was given to my sister, Aunt May, after my mom didn't want it anymore, who then went and gave it to me. And when you turned 14, I handed it down to you because I was the only one of us to have a daughter in the first place.
And then with me, I remember how upset she was when she had to give it to you because she only had boys and no girls. And, well, that dress was almost ruined with wine, all because Dad's mom thought that the dress was hers for some reason, and that she had the right to call you and I thieves for having it? Mom, I really hate that Grandma so much, and I wish she'd just die. Like, seriously, I wish she would just kick the can already, because there's no way someone who hates their own son even should be alive.
For the time being, I think that a lot of this misunderstanding will be taken care of. And I was able to hear from Aunt May about how Grandma became so confused there and started to think that I had stolen that dress from her.
Wait, how could Aunt May know? Oh, that's right. Both your mom and Dad's mom went to the same elementary school when they were younger and were in most of the same classes, right?
That's what it seems like. But they weren't really that close, and one could say they actually hated one another back then. Well, with the past in mind, we are going to be making sure that jerk gets what's coming for her after what she did. Listen here, Betsy. I have been waiting this whole time, wondering when you'd be giving me my dress back from that dirty daughter of yours, and was even being patient with the cleaning for it and everything. Now, what the hell do you think you're doing, making me pay for that dress to be cleaned instead of giving it back to me now? I'm sure that the price it costs to have the dress cleaned is more than one would normally think, but it's not to the point you can't pay it off, right? And of course, that price isn't going to be enough to make you pay for having ruined my daughter's time after her prom, when she was just about to go out with all of her friends to have dinner that night. So I'll make sure to deal with you later on that one, since we've both gone and settled the bill for the dress's cleaning. So get to it, making sure that the bill is paid for on time. I told you already that you guys went and stole my dress from my house and tried to use it as your daughter's prom dress. You are thieves! Do you remember anything about my mom? Huh? Your mom happened to be one of the girls that was in some of my classes throughout elementary school, right? And that was my number one reason for not wanting to let my son and you get married to one another. And I know the reason for why you hate my mom. It's because you had your first love back then and went to him confessing your love and asking him to date you. But he turned you down, and did so because he said that he was in love with my mom and wanted her instead. Huh? Why do you know about that? I'm sure that you don't remember this, but back in the day, you really made a name for yourself after being so emotional, and that story spread throughout the school like wildfire.
What?
There were all kinds of things that you did throughout the years, and when it came time for you both to go to prom, the same sorts of things happened. My mom happened to wear a dress at that time that very much resembled yours, and you told her not to wear the same dress as you before dousing her in tons of water. But before she could become totally drenched, she was able to move out of the way with her very quick-reacting soccer player body, and was okay.
Oh, I remember all of that. I was in such a fury wondering how much more that woman wanted to traumatize and hurt me back then before she'd be willing to leave me the hell alone.
And I hear she proved to you that the dress she had on only resembles yours a little because of a complete coincidence.
Huh?
In other words, you really only attempted to drench her completely over something that wasn't even that big of a deal and wasn't something she had done on purpose.
And so what? You're bringing up something that happened between your mom and I over 30 years ago, so what's the point in all of this?
So you still don't get it then?
What the hell are you trying to tell me?
Have you ever gone to see if that dress you think we'd stolen from you is missing from your closet yet?
What the hell are you talking about?
That dress that you threw red wine all over, which Danny had been wearing to prom, was the same exact dress that her mom wore, that I wore, back when you told me not to wear the same dress as you 30 years ago. That so happens to be my mom's dress, which she has passed along from generation to generation.
What?
It's a dress that my mom first handed down to my sister, who then handed it down to me, which I then handed down to my daughter for her prom. It is a history in my family of being worn to proms, and that is why I wanted Danny in it this year. So this whole thing about you saying I'm the one who stole your dress is yet another one of your ridiculous misunderstandings. Even after 30 years, you are still assuming that the dress my family has is the same dress as the one you own, right?
But I'm certain that you guys stole mine.
Also, I've heard that the dress you had for prom years ago was repurposed into a wedding dress, where there was a lot more volume added to it before you got married, right?
What? That might be true.
You can't tell me that you confused a simple prom dress with that of your very own wedding dress, right?
I understand that I shouldn't be confusing the two.
Then allow me to ask you one last time about this. Have you gone and taken a look in the closet to see if your dress is still there or not? And did you start to call my daughter and I a thief before or after you went and looked for your dress? Did you go out and ruin my daughter's dress on prom night after having gone and looked in your closet for the dress you just assumed we'd stolen from you? I'm sure you don't know this yet, but that dress is something that helped me remember my mom, who passed away 3 years ago.
What?
Are you going to apologize to me now that you're aware of that?
Betsy, where the hell have you all gone off to? I had to go over to your neighbor's place after ringing your doorbell over and over and over again, waiting for you to come out. And when I asked them what happened to all of you, they told me you all moved out of the house a few days ago. I never heard a thing about that.
I know, because we all moved away without ever telling you about it.
Huh? Why would you do something like that to me? We learned that the whole situation with that dress was because of a misunderstanding, right? And I paid you for the amount you were asking, so why?
Because we didn't want to have to deal with you coming after us once you'd paid me.
Coming after you guys?
You were told by your husband that he would be divorcing you now, and by your older son that he and his family would all be moving away from you now, right? Your husband came to us a few weeks ago, stating that there was a very high chance that you'd come out to find us at our house, and that it was best we left before anything like that happened.
Then, where am I supposed to go now?
How about you find yourself a job right now and start looking for a place to live before your husband goes and kicks you out of his house? I know of a few construction companies in town that are looking for help at the moment, so how does that all sound?
No way. I'm at that age now where it's way too difficult for me to do any sort of physical labor, especially something like construction work. Why would I ever want to go to some company where I'd have to be used to do physical labor like that? That isn't fair.
Those last couple of texts I received from my mother-in-law all came from her after she had gone over to our house and was trying to get us to come out and help her. After she had gone over and spoken with our neighbor and then ran back over to our front porch again to text us some more, she noticed Marv drop her phone onto the concrete and then keel over into a fetal position to start crying. And all she screamed about was why she had to go back to working at her age and nothing more. It was at that point that Marv then received texts from not only her husband but her son as well, updating her on their situations and ultimately her situation. Her husband sent her photos of the divorce papers as he was handing them in, saying that she had until tomorrow to be moved out of his house. And the messages from her older son were all about how he and his family were now moved into a new apartment and would no longer be seeing her anymore. These things all piled on top of what she was already screaming about, and that led to her throwing a temper tantrum on the porch. One of her husband's friends saw this happening on our front porch and decided to call around looking for places that would be willing to hire her. He then found someone who would be willing to hire her, and they told him that they'd be there to pick her up in no time. Before long, and right as Marv was getting up to walk home after her tantrum had stopped, 2 black vans pulled into the driveway and a couple of people got out of them and asked her to please get into a van, all while she began to scream and cry. Ever since that day, nobody in the town has ever seen her again, and many people wonder if she's even in the same state as us anymore. I hope that wherever she is now, it's in a good company that does a great job of turning people into productive members of society, and will make short work out of her awful personality for good. As for myself, my husband, and my daughter, we all made sure to move to the other side of town, which is much more of a wooded area, and a place where we could hide our location a lot more easily from Marv. Danny was still able to go to the same school after the move, and my husband and I were able to keep the lives we had before without having to throw much away. And actually, this move worked out perfectly for us anyway, because our house is not only a bit smaller, which is something my husband and I were starting to want as Danny will soon be leaving our house, but the yard is much bigger too. Now my husband can enjoy a lot of the outdoor activities he did in the past with his brother and dad, instead of having to stay all hunched up in the larger yet yardless house we had in the city.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, I just finished up at the clinic. I know it's your dad's funeral today, and I feel awful that I couldn't skip this appointment. It's been on the books for months, and they said it'd be hard to reschedule. I wouldn't have gone if there was any other way.
Don't say that! You didn't do anything wrong, Hallie! Honestly, if my dad were still around, he'd be the first to say there's nothing more important than your health. You know how he was, always talking about how a family's only strong when the mom is healthy.
That sounds like something he'd say. Still, it's hard not to feel a little guilty. Everyone's coming together to say goodbye, and I'm at a clinic.
And everyone will still be there when you arrive. Anyway, you've got time. The service isn't until the afternoon. And more importantly, you're pregnant. You're taking care of yourself and our baby. That's exactly what he'd want.
You're being too kind to me. I was really worried you'd be upset.
Why would I be? You've done nothing but support me these past few weeks. This pregnancy hasn't been easy, and you still insisted on helping with the funeral arrangements.
I wanted to help in any way I could, but I feel bad now because there was a problem at the clinic this morning. I guess the doc got stuck in traffic, so I might be late getting to the chapel.
If it's looking bad, just take a helicopter. I'll pay for everything.
Yeah, sure. You would fork out several $1,000s in order to take me a couple miles to the chapel. And where would the helicopter land, anyway?
Don't worry about a thing. Just get to the chopper!
I gotta hand it to you. Not many people would be able to joke around like that on the day of their dad's funeral. Anyway, I'm gonna get on the road real soon. If I think I'm gonna be late, I'll let you know. Thanks, Aiden. Really.
You don't need to thank me. You're my wife. I'm just glad you're all right. Just promise me you'll take your time and get here safe.
I promise. I'll message again when I'm on my way.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Hey there, you're Hallie, right? Just wanted to double check before we get properly reacquainted. Wouldn't want to startle the wrong wife.
Sorry, who is this? This isn't a number I know, and your name doesn't show up. How did you even get my contact info?
Oh, don't worry about that. Let's just say a friend left their phone lying around and curiosity got the better of me.
You went through someone else's phone to find me? That's seriously not okay. What do you want?
Wow, you really don't recognize me? I thought I left more of an impression than that. It's me, Kalina, Aiden's first wife.
Wait, what? Kalina? Why are you messaging me? What is this?
Oh, relax. I just wanted to give you a little heads up. I'm on my way to the funeral, so I'll probably be seeing you soon.
You're coming where? You can't seriously think showing up today is appropriate.
Oh, I think it's the perfect time, actually. I felt like a little reunion was in order, you could say.
Kalina, I have no idea what you're after, but you are not a part of this family anymore. Do not come to the funeral. Do you understand me? This day isn't about you.
I'm not coming for them. I'm coming for Aiden. You're just a sideshow for the main attraction.
You are unbelievable. After everything that happened, you think you can just show up out of nowhere and make demands? I don't think I need to remind you that you cheated on Aiden. And not just with some random guy you met at a bar. You had an affair with Aiden's uncle Hector. You didn't just hurt him, you tore his entire family apart. And now, on the day of his father's funeral, you want to waltz in like none of that ever happened?
Oh, come on. That whole thing's ancient history. People make mistakes. Besides, it's not like I was the only one involved.
You're right, Hector shares some of the blame too. But only one of you is trying to crash a funeral uninvited.
Crash? Oh, please, I have every right to be there.
No, you don't. You lost that right the moment you walked out on your marriage and your in-laws. Neither Aiden nor his father wanted you back then, and I promise you they don't want you back now.
Aiden's a big boy, Hallie. I think he can speak for himself. I don't need your permission, sweetheart.
You're delusional if you think he wants to see you. You showing up like this is cruel.
Cruel? Oh, no. What's cruel is pretending your little marriage actually means something. Let's be real for a moment, okay? If I hadn't stepped aside, you never would have had a chance with him.
You didn't step aside, Kalina. You stepped all over Aiden and ground his heart into the dirt, and Aiden had no interest in picking up the pieces.
Believe what you want, but I'm done being the ex. Starting today, I'm going back to being the one and only Mrs. Aiden.
You are out of your mind.
We'll see about that. By the end of the day, you're going to be the one on the outside looking in, so I'd start getting used to the view.
Aiden, something is seriously wrong. I just got a line message from Kalina, your ex-wife. She somehow got my number from someone's phone, and she said she's on her way to the funeral. Is this real? What is happening?
Hallie, you need to listen to me. Do not come to the funeral. Do you understand? Stay away. I'm not messing around. Turn around now. Don't even get near the chapel.
What? Why? Is she really there? I thought she was bluffing. Should I come help? I can be there in 15 minutes.
No! No. Do not come. I mean it. Hallie, stay away. Yeah, she's here. She walked in like she owns the place. I looked up and there she was, smiling like this is some kind of class reunion.
She's inside the chapel right now? What is she doing?
She's talking to people like she's still part of the family, smiling, calling relatives by name. My cousin Jenny froze when she saw her. My aunt left crying. People are whispering. My relatives are shaking. The entire front row is tense. Everyone's staring at me for answers.
Oh my God, Aiden. Why is she doing this? What does she even want?
I don't know, but this isn't random. She planned it. And Hallie, she knows you're pregnant.
What? How? How the hell would she know that?
She heard it through someone or traced your name through friends or something. She got your info and followed the trail straight to you. I'm doing everything I can to keep her contained. Couple of my friends are standing around her just in case she tries anything funny. Just please stay away. Don't let her see you. Not today.
Okay, I understand. I'll pull into the cafe and wait it out. What do you think she's after?
The only thing I know for sure is that she didn't come here to mourn my father. She walked in like she belonged, like this was a stage for the performance of a lifetime. And now she's just sitting there, smiling.
You're serious? She's actually acting like she deserves to be there?
Yeah, she's calm as anything. It's almost eerie. Not a hint of shame, like she's got unfinished business to settle.
That's sick. After everything she did to your family, how could she even show her face?
Because in her head, this is a second chance. She thinks she can claw her way back into my life.
Why now? Why today of all days?
Apparently, she found out there's inheritance money involved, and she's desperate.
You think she's after money?
Hallie, she's broke. I mean, seriously broke, like neck deep in debt.
But still, even if that were the case, why do this? Showing up at a funeral like it's some kind of lottery ticket?
When we were married, she burned through every cent we had. She's got no savings and no plan. Just bags and bills and luxury she couldn't afford.
I remember you told me, but God, I didn't realize it was that bad.
It was worse than I ever let on. And now she sees my dad's gone and thinks she's got another shot at cashing in. Like if she just plants herself close enough, she'll get a piece.
This is disgusting. So what happens now? What do we do?
I already called my cousin Jenny. She's heading your way right now. Let her find you. Stay close. Don't come here no matter what. I'll handle Kalina. I swear I'll shut this down before the service even starts.
Okay. Just be careful, all right? Please.
I will. But I need you to promise you'll stay safe. You and the baby are all that matters to me right now. Everything else can burn.
Hey, would you mind calling off your silly little bodyguards? Your football buddies from college are standing around me like I'm some sort of wanted criminal. I just came to see you, Aiden. Tell them to back off. I'm not here to cause trouble.
You already are trouble. Showing up uninvited on today of all days, you've lost it.
You're saying that because you have your image to keep up, but I know the truth. We're getting back together. That's why I came.
Back together? What reality are you living in?
Oh, come on. You think I believe you're really happy with her? Let's not pretend this wasn't a shotgun wedding. She got pregnant and you did the right thing, didn't you?
No, I did the real thing. I married the woman I love.
Love, please. You didn't love her the way you loved me.
What we had wasn't love, Kalina. It was chaos. You destroyed everything you touched.
Then why do you still look at me like that? Like there's something unfinished between us?
I look at you like a cautionary tale, like a mistake I barely escaped from.
Don't lie to yourself. You still feel something. Otherwise, you wouldn't be this angry.
I'm angry because you're hijacking my father's funeral for your delusions.
What's really bothering you is the inheritance, huh? You know Hallie's going to take a cut that should have gone to us.
There is no us, Kalina. Not anymore. And Hallie doesn't care about the money, unlike you.
Fine, she can have her little share. I'll tolerate it. Because I know you'll come around eventually.
You're not doing anyone a favor. And if you think I'd leave my wife and child for you, you're completely out of your mind. Tell me, since we're being honest, what happened to Hector? You know, my uncle, the one you cheated on me with?
Fine. You want honesty? I dumped him. What was the point of sticking around after he got cut out of the will? The whole reason I bothered with him was because your grandfather left him something decent.
Wow. You're just saying that out loud now? Not even pretending anymore?
Why should I? You already think the worst of me. I figured if I played my cards right, I'd get a piece of the pie through him. But he got cut out. Boom, end of the line. So I adjusted the plan. That's what smart people do.
You adjusted the plan by crawling back to me?
Look, Aiden, you have no siblings. Your mom passed years ago. It's just you now. All of it goes to you. It makes sense. If you and I got back together, I'd be your wife again. We'd keep everything in the family. It's logical.
You really think inheritance law works like musical chairs? Whoever's standing closest when the music stops gets paid?
I'm just saying this doesn't have to be complicated. Think of today as a slight detour. Everything's still on track.
No, it's not on track, and it never was. Do you even know why Hector got disqualified? It was because of you.
Oh, come on. Don't blame me for his screw-ups.
I'm not blaming, I'm stating a fact. He was still in line to inherit his share of Grandpa's estate until your affair got exposed. The scandal, the shouting matches, the threats. He lost everything because of what you two did. So congratulations, you didn't just destroy your own chances, you took him down with you.
That's not fair. You're twisting everything.
What I'm doing is telling the truth. You've never loved anyone, just money. You're not here for me, you're not here for my father. You're here for whatever scraps you can grab. Hallie deserves peace. So do us all a favor and get out of her way!
You don't understand, Aiden. I spent a lot of money getting ready for this day. $50,000. Do you hear me? I spent $50,000 because I knew we were getting back together. I rented an apartment near your neighborhood. I bought clothes, furniture, everything to make it feel like home again. I even printed out a marriage registration form.
Unreal. You spent $50,000 based on a fantasy... No, a delusion! That's not my fault!
It wasn't a fantasy, and I'm not delusional. You and I, we were real. We had something. You can't just pretend it meant nothing. We were married. We lived together. We laughed together.
And then you cheated with my uncle. You made sure whatever we had ended right there.
I messed up. I know I did. But people forgive each other all the time. Why can't you forgive me too? Please, I'm in too deep. I have debts I can't pay back. The people I borrowed from, they're not the kind you ignore. Just help me pay it off. Half, even a quarter. I wouldn't be asking if it wasn't serious.
You shouldn't have borrowed what you couldn't repay. That's not my responsibility.
It is. You and I were married. I stood by you when you were struggling.
You stood by me while draining every cent I had. There's nothing between us now, and you were never entitled to any part of my family's estate.
You're being heartless, completely heartless.
No, I'm being done. And for the record, the police are already on their way.
What? Why?
You forced your way into a private venue. You threatened people, you caused a scene, and now you're gonna face the consequences.
You can't do this to me. I need your help.
Don't ever message me again. Don't show your face in front of me or Hallie ever again. We're done. You really thought you could show up and force your way back into my life like nothing ever happened?
I had to try. You wouldn't listen to me any other way.
Most of my family has restraining orders against you, Kalina. That should have told you everything.
They always hated me. They turned you against me. This isn't fair.
No, you did a perfectly good job of that yourself.
But if you really hate me so much, then why are you even talking to me?
I kept this conversation going for one reason. To buy time. That's it.
Time for what? You're not making sense. Why are you acting like I'm dangerous?
Because you are. I heard from my cousin Jenny about what you did out in front of the chapel. You shoved a pregnant woman.
I thought that was Hallie. How was I supposed to know?
Yeah, well, she wasn't. Hallie hasn't even arrived yet. You went after a stranger, and now the police are coming.
No, you didn't. You didn't call them. Tell me you didn't.
I absolutely did, and they're almost here. You're being arrested, and it's exactly what you deserve.
You can't do this to me. I'm your wife.
You were my wife, past tense. You burned that bridge a long time ago. Hallie is my wife now, and you know what? We didn't just end up together by accident. We struggled. We went through infertility treatment. She married me knowing the odds.
So what? You think that makes her better than me?
No, the fact that she would never have an affair with my family members or anyone else makes her better than you. She chose love, you chose greed.
You're still in love with me. I know it. You're just confused.
Nope, I'm done, and I won't let you come near me or Hallie ever again. The sirens are close now. You'll be gone in minutes, and so will this nightmare.
Kalina was arrested that day, charged not only with trespassing, but also with resisting arrest and a litany of other crimes. I didn't see her. I never even made it to the venue before they took her away. Aiden made sure of that. The funeral went on peacefully after she was gone. I arrived just in time to help say goodbye. We stood together as Aiden's father was laid to rest, finally without disruption. A few weeks later, I gave birth to our son. He was small but strong. Holding him felt like the end of a long storm. We later heard Kalina's debts were tied to dangerous loan sharks. Someone said she was sent overseas to work it off, but Aiden didn't want to know more. He deleted the messages without opening them. "She's not a part of our life," he said. "She doesn't get a single second more." And that was it. We turned the page. We chose peace. We chose love. Aiden promised our son would grow up knowing security, not chaos. And I believe him.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hi, Blair. It was really nice meeting you properly at the PTA introduction meeting yesterday. I'm Sarah Miller. I'm genuinely looking forward to getting more involved with the PTA this year. You seem to be very organized and a real leader in the group.
Sarah, yes, I vaguely recall. As you can see, some of us are naturally more instrumental in ensuring the PTA runs smoothly and maintains its rather impeccable reputation. It takes a certain level of dedication and, frankly, understanding of how things are really done around here.
I absolutely agree that dedicated parents are crucial, and I have some extensive experience in event planning from my previous career. I used to manage large corporate events, so I'm quite comfortable with logistics, vendor coordination, and all the details. I was hoping that experience might be useful here.
That's a different world from the kind of events we orchestrate. For our major fundraisers, like the upcoming Fall Gala at the Cypress Resort, my husband owns it, you know. We have a very established committee with a very specific and, might I add, highly successful vision.
Oh, the Cypress Resort! I've heard lovely things. Still, even with established teams, extra hands can often be a great help, especially with the sheer amount of work involved. I'm happy to assist with anything, even if it's just managing volunteers or helping with the setup.
We have very particular standards for our events. They reflect a certain level of elegance and exclusivity that our community has come to respect. It's rather crucial for maintaining the right image and attracting the right kind of support.
Elegance and exclusivity are definitely important goals. I have experience with high-end events as well, so I'm confident I can contribute positively, even to events with a sophisticated aesthetic.
Our core team comprises of individuals with a very refined sense of what resonates with our demographic. They are, shall we say, extremely well connected within the more influential circles in town.
Connections are certainly valuable. I also have a fairly extensive network from my professional life that might be beneficial for fundraising or securing sponsorships, if that's ever a need.
That's potentially something to consider down the line. However, our fundraising efforts are typically quite robust through our existing channels. We have a very generous base of long-standing supporters who understand our priorities.
I understand. Still, I'm here and genuinely eager to help the school in any way that would be beneficial. Please don't hesitate to reach out if any unexpected needs arise.
We appreciate the sentiment, Sarah. We tend to rely on parents who have a deep understanding of our ethos and the established way things function within our PTA. It ensures a certain continuity and avoids any, well, let's just say deviations from our proven methods.
Ethos, I see. Well, I'm a quick learner and very adaptable. I'm sure I could align with the PTA's ethos.
It's something that is usually cultivated through years of dedicated involvement and a shared understanding of our community's expectations. Our core members have a very intuitive grasp of these nuances.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to becoming a more involved member of the school community. Please let me know how I can best contribute within that framework.
We will, Sarah. Thank you again for your willingness. We'll be in touch if a suitable opportunity arises for more general, less specialized tasks. Nadia, darling, have you had a chance to look over the initial proposal for the fall gala at the resort? I've CC'd the usual suspects, Tiffany, Chloe, and Julian, of course. We need to get the preliminary brainstorming done before we bring it to the wider group. Wouldn't want to muddy the waters with less refined ideas at this stage.
Blair, yes, I took a quick look. The theme sounds lovely, very Cypress chic. Tiffany's suggestion for the champagne tower is divine, and Julian's connections with the string quartet are, as always, impeccable. Just wondering, though, shouldn't we include Sarah in this initial planning? She seemed quite enthusiastic at the intro meeting and mentioned having event experience. More hands on deck, you know?
Nadia, sweetie, you know how crucial it is to have a cohesive vision from the outset. Our core group, the four of us, we just get each other. We understand the level of sophistication and the particular expectations of our donor base. Bringing in someone new at this stage, especially someone who might not quite grasp the nuances we're aiming for, could really dilute the initial concept. It's nothing personal against Sarah, of course. She seems perfectly nice. But our fundraising efforts require a certain finesse that comes from years of experience within our specific social circles.
I understand the value of a cohesive vision, Blair, but Sarah did mention managing corporate events. Those can be quite high pressure and require a lot of organizational skill. Maybe she has some insights we haven't considered? Fresh perspectives can sometimes be valuable, can't they?
Darling Nadia, corporate events are hardly the same as orchestrating a glamorous charity gala at a high-end resort. We're talking about a completely different level of ambiance and guest expectation. Our attendees aren't just corporate types looking for a tax write-off. They're established members of the community, many of whom are personal friends. They expect a certain level of exclusivity and polish. Our little quartet here, we instinctively understand that. We know which florists have the right touch, which caterers understand discreet luxury, and which auction items will truly tempt our patrons. It's a delicate ecosystem, and introducing someone who isn't attuned to its subtleties could be, well, let's just say less than ideal.
I see your point about the established dynamic. But excluding someone who's offered to help so early on, does not it risk making them feel unwelcome? We want to encourage participation from new parents, don't we?
Of course we do! And Sarah will absolutely have opportunities to participate. There will be plenty of tasks that require willing volunteers closer to the event. You know, setting up decorations, managing registration, perhaps even assisting with the silent auction item display. Those are all crucial roles, and I'm sure Sarah would be perfectly capable in those areas. But at the initial conceptualization and the strategic planning, that really needs to remain with those who have a proven track record and a deep understanding of our brand, if you will. We've cultivated a certain image for our PTA events, and we need to maintain that consistency.
Your brand, as you call it, Blair, does seem to revolve heavily around the resort and your social connections. It just feels a little insular sometimes, doesn't it? We're a PTA for all the parents at the school, after all.
Nadia, darling, our fundraising efforts directly benefit all the children at the school. And to maximize those benefits, we need to appeal to those who have the capacity to give generously. Our established network understands that, and they respond accordingly. Maintaining a certain level of prestige around our events is simply a strategic necessity. It's not about being exclusionary, it's about being effective. And frankly, involving too many voices in the initial stages can often lead to diluted outcomes. Trust me on this. Our little core group knows what we're doing.
Hey, Nadia, you made it to the PTA meeting today, right? Hi, Sarah. Yes, I was there. You were trying to offer some ideas for the fall gala at Blair's husband's resort, weren't you? Yeah, just a few thoughts on logistics and maybe some alternative vendors to keep costs reasonable. I noticed Blair seemed preoccupied. She was mostly talking with Tiffany and Chloe. That's all right, they seem to have a good handle on things. She mentioned the resort quite a bit, though, how everything there is top-notch. It sounds lovely. I've never been. It is very nice. I remember being there for a charity event a while back. The decor is quite distinctive, very high-quality furniture. Oh, really? What kind of style? A very modern, elegant. I recall noticing the brand, actually. It was Artisan Furnishings, if I remember correctly. Really beautiful stuff. Artisan Furnishings? The name sounds familiar. They're quite well known, I think. High-end designer stuff, very stylish. Blair seemed very proud to be hosting the gala there.
Well, it's generous of her and her husband to offer the venue.
It is, but she definitely made it clear that it's her connections making it happen. Anyway, I just wanted to say, don't let Blair's focus on her inner circle discourage you. I appreciate you offering to help.
Thanks, Nadia. I appreciate that. I'm here to support the school however I can.
Well, that's great. And you never know where connections might lead. You mentioned your event planning background. That could be really valuable.
I hope so. We'll see how things unfold.
Blair, about the fall gala at the Cypress Resort, it's going to be stunning, as always. Charles has such impeccable taste.
Indeed, he understands the importance of creating the right atmosphere. Everything at the resort reflects a certain standard, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I especially admire the furniture, that sleek, modern style. It was all Artisan Furnishings, wasn't it? I recall noticing the nameplates.
Yes, Charles handled all of that during the last renovation. He has a real flair for interior design. They are quite striking.
They are. Such quality. I was browsing their website recently. They have a beautiful new collection, and the CEO is a woman named Sarah. Sarah Miller, I believe.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be involved in the procurement details. Charles deals with all the suppliers. As long as the resort looks the part, that's his domain.
Right, of course. It just struck me. Sarah, that's the name of the new PTA member who's been so eager to help, isn't it?
Yes, Sarah, it is. What exactly are you suggesting, Nadia? It's a common name.
It is, but Artisan Furnishings is a pretty significant international company. It just seemed like a interesting coincidence. A new PTA member with event planning experience and the CEO of a major company shares her first name?
I still fail to see your point, Nadia. What does the CEO of some furniture conglomerate have to do with Sarah's offers to organize the bake sale?
Artisan Furnishings isn't just any furniture company, Blair. Their designs are featured in high-end establishments worldwide. It just feels like a detail worth noting. You know, Blair, thinking more broadly, involving different people can sometimes lead to really unexpected and positive outcomes. Sarah's enthusiasm is genuine, and her professional background could offer a fresh perspective on the gala. If we use her abilities, we could even attract a wider range of attendees or sponsors. Being a little more inclusive with the planning might surprise you.
Nadia, while I appreciate your egalitarian ideals, we have a very specific vision for this gala, one that has proven incredibly successful in the past. Our core team has cultivated a certain level of expertise and understands precisely what our donors expect. Introducing new, potentially untested ideas at this crucial stage could jeopardize the entire event's success. More importantly, it could jeopardize our fundraising goals for the school. We need to be strategic, and our current approach works.
Hi, Blair. I hope you're having a productive day. I was nearby and thought I'd swing by the Cypress to see if I could lend a hand with the gala prep. You mentioned it gets hectic closer to the date. Let me know if there's anything I can do, even simple tasks.
Sarah, this is rather unexpected. Yes, preparations are underway. However, our core team has a very specific system. Having extra people without understanding our flow can be more disruptive than helpful.
I understand about the system, but I learn quickly and am willing to follow instructions. If there are straightforward tasks, I'm happy to take them on. Even organizing supplies or initial decor setup. I just thought I could be an extra resource.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but the gala setup is quite detailed and requires a specific touch. Our team has been planning for weeks. Everyone has assigned roles aligned with their understanding of our brand. Introducing someone new now could lead to errors.
I see about the detailed planning, but surely there are basic tasks. Moving items, initial layouts, vendor check-in. I'm not looking to take over, just support.
Our dedicated resort staff handles the physical labor. PTA volunteers focus on aesthetics and guest management. Your offer is noted, but without a specific role in our structure, it's not contributing to efficiency.
So you'd prefer I just leave, even though I'm here and willing to help? Seems a bit unwelcoming for a new member.
We welcome strategic participation aligned with our structure. Right now, our team needs to focus without unnecessary distractions. While I appreciate your eagerness, your presence without a pre-assigned role is becoming just that.
A distraction? I'm simply offering assistance, not trying to get in the way.
We are on a tight schedule. Having someone unfamiliar on site at this stage slows us down. We have to explain things and ensure you're not disrupting our workflow.
I promise I won't slow things down, just one specific task. I can follow instructions precisely.
Sarah, there isn't a spare task that fits your current understanding of our prep. Every role is filled by someone involved from the beginning.
This feels unnecessarily exclusionary. I'm a PTA member like everyone else.
Look, Sarah, I need to be direct. Your continued insistence on staying, despite my explanations, is becoming disruptive and a hindrance. We have a significant event to execute flawlessly.
So what are you saying?
I am saying that if you do not leave now, I will have to ask the resort staff to escort you off the property. We cannot afford further delays or distractions. Our time is extremely limited.
Look, Blair, I'm genuinely trying to help. I understand you have your system, but completely shutting me out like this feels unwelcoming. I'm a member of this PTA too, and I want to contribute.
Sarah, my priority is the success of this gala and the funds it raises for our children. That requires efficiency and a team that works seamlessly. Right now, you being here is neither.
So my willingness to help you is actually a problem for you? Find that really disappointing, Blair. I came here in good faith thinking we were all working towards the same goal.
Good intentions don't always translate to effective action, Sarah, especially when dealing with an event of this scale and the expectations of our donors. We have a reputation to uphold.
And I could have potentially helped uphold that reputation with my experience, but you haven't even given me a chance.
I have assessed the situation, and my assessment is that your involvement at this stage would be counterproductive. It's as simple as that.
It doesn't feel simple. It feels like you're deliberately keeping anyone new out of your inner circle.
Our inner circle, as you call it, is comprised of dedicated individuals who have consistently delivered successful events for this PTA year after year. We trust their judgment and their ability to execute flawlessly.
And you don't trust that I could also contribute to that success, even in a small way?
Frankly, no, not at this crucial stage, without the necessary background and understanding of our specific protocols.
This is really disheartening, Blair. I thought the PTA was all about parents working together.
It is, but different phases require different levels of involvement and expertise. Right now, we need our core team to focus.
And you're making it very clear that I'm not part of that core team and not welcome to even observe or learn.
Sarah, I have been more than patient. I have explained our process. Your continued presence is now actively impeding our progress.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to repeat myself very clearly. You need to leave the premises immediately. If you do not, I will instruct the resort security to escort you off the property. This is no longer a request, Sarah. It is a directive.
You would actually have security throw me out for offering to help the PTA?
Yes, Sarah, I will. The success of this gala is paramount. Your continued presence is a hindrance. Please leave now before I am forced to take further action.
Blair, it's about Sarah. Remember our conversation earlier?
About the CEO of Artisan Furnishings having the same name?
Nadia, yes, vaguely. I dismissed it as a coincidence. What about it? I am swamped here.
Well, after our chat, I was curious, so I looked up Artisan Furnishings online. Specifically, I looked at their leadership page.
And please tell me this isn't going where I think it's going.
Blair, I saw her picture. The CEO of Artisan Furnishings? It's Sarah. The Sarah who you practically threatened to have thrown out of the resort this afternoon.
No. That's impossible. You must have the wrong person. There are so many Sarah Millers.
Blair, it's her. The photo is unmistakable. Same eyes, same smile. It's definitely her.
Oh my god. Charles is going to be furious. The entire resort is filled with her company's furniture. And I treated her like she was nothing.
You were incredibly dismissive from the moment she offered to help. You wouldn't even let her carry a box.
I didn't realize. She was so unassuming. I just assumed.
Assumed what, Blair? That someone who doesn't flaunt their wealth isn't powerful?
What do I do? What can I possibly do? The gala's here at our resort, surrounded by her company's work, and I acted like she was a nuisance.
You need to apologize, and you need to do it sincerely. Maybe even invite her to be more involved with the gala planning. Her insights could be invaluable considering her background.
Apologize? To the CEO of a major corporation? After I practically had her ejected from our property?
It's your only option, Blair. Imagine the fallout if she finds out through someone else. Or worse, if she remembers your treatment and decides to reconsider her business dealings with the resort.
You're right. I have to fix this now. What do I even say? How do I even begin to apologize for something like this?
Be genuine, acknowledge your misjudgment, and show that you truly value her potential contribution to the school and the gala.
Oh, this is a nightmare. A complete and utter nightmare. Sarah, I need to talk to you, please.
Blair, well, this is a surprise. Suddenly finding the time for a chat? What changed? Did my offer to fold napkins meet the impeccable standards after all?
No, Sarah, please, it's not like that. Well, it was like that, and that's what makes me so incredibly ashamed. Nadia, help me realize who you are.
Ah, I see. So the fog is lifted now that my LinkedIn profile has been reviewed? Suddenly my presence isn't so disruptive at the Cypress Resort?
No, Sarah, please, it wasn't about... well, it was about that initially, and that's the awful truth. I was so caught up in my little social hierarchy that I completely dismissed someone who was genuinely trying to contribute. It was shallow and wrong.
You made it abundantly clear that certain people, those not in your inner circle or lacking the right aesthetic, need not apply for genuine involvement. Folding napkins seemed to be the ceiling for my potential.
I know, and I am so deeply sorry. My behavior was based on a completely superficial and, as I said, disgusting way of evaluating people. I was so focused on image that I missed the person.
So if Nadia hadn't enlightened you, would I still be regulated to the napkin detail? Would my corporate event management background still be irrelevant to your Cypress chic vision?
You're right, that's the terrible truth. My apology wouldn't be happening if I were still ignorant, and that's what makes me feel so utterly reprehensible.
Your apology isn't about genuinely regretting your behavior towards another human being. It's about regretting how you treated the CEO of a company that your husband does business with.
No, well, yes, that realization was the catalyst, but now I see how awful I was, how condescending and dismissive. It wasn't just about your potential help with the gala, it was about how I made you feel.
You made me feel like an outsider. Like my willingness to contribute wasn't valued simply because I wasn't part of your inner circle, or didn't project a certain image.
And I was so wrong, so incredibly wrong. Please, Sarah, is there anything I can do to even begin to make amends? I would be honored, truly honored, if you would consider being involved with the gala. Your expertise would be invaluable.
My expertise was available yesterday, Blair, before you knew my title. The fact that you're suddenly interested in it now speaks volumes.
I know, and I deserve your disdain. But please, for the sake of the school and the children, could we perhaps start over? I want to do better. I need to do better.
You know, Blair, the thing about furniture, good, solid pieces, is that their worth isn't determined by the label or the price tag alone. It's about the quality of the craftsmanship and the integrity of the materials. People are no different.
Some of the most valuable contributions come from unexpected places, from people you might initially overlook based on superficial impressions. Maybe you should spend less time polishing your image and more time appreciating the genuine substance around you. As for your offer to start over, perhaps you should start by treating everyone with the same basic respect, regardless of their perceived status.
Sarah, please, if word gets out about what happened, my reputation will be ruined!
It's not about what happened, it's about what you did. And honestly, I'd say your reputation deserves to take a hit for that. The fall gala went ahead, and while Blair made a few awkward, overly enthusiastic attempts to engage me, I kept our interactions brief and polite. Nadia remained a genuine ally, often shooting me knowing glances across crowded rooms. As for Blair, her frantic attempts to regain social footing after her misjudgment were noticeable. Some parents who had perhaps experienced similar treatment seemed to observe her shift with a certain wry amusement. The PTA continued its activities, but the undercurrent of Blair's superficiality had been exposed, significantly altering the dynamics. I continued to contribute where I felt my skills were genuinely valued, focusing on initiatives that benefited the students directly. Ultimately, the experience served as a sharp reminder that true worth has nothing to do with titles or social posturing.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Haley, what the hell was that lunch supposed to be today?
Huh? Was something wrong with it again?
Wrong? Haley, it wasn't just wrong, it was a disaster! You know the story about the meltdown at the Chernobyl nuclear reactor, right? Well, the lunch you made me today was an even worse disaster!
Wait, what do you mean?
I took one bite and I literally gagged. I'm not kidding. I almost threw up right there at my desk. It wasn't just bad. It was like offensively bad.
I'm sorry, Aaron. What part of it did you think was so terrible?
Let's start with how it looked. I opened the lid and I swear I thought a squirrel had died in there. It was just brown, completely brown, one solid block of sadness. No color, no variety, nothing. Just a depressing brown mess. Have you ever even heard of food presentation? Do you not know what a little color can do to make food look appetizing?
Okay, but remember the last time I tried to make it colorful? I packed it all cute and added veggies for balance, and you said it looked like some preschool lunch. You got mad and said you didn't want to eat anything that looked like it was made for a child.
Yeah, and? So your solution is to swing to the complete opposite extreme? You go from rainbow lunchbox to roadkill? God, you are so frustrating. It's like you have no common sense.
Okay, but don't you remember a while back when you were watching that show on TV? Oh, what was it called? Something like Man Meals? I was just trying to make something like that because I thought it was what you wanted.
You can't just blindly copy things without using your brain, Haley. No one, and I mean no one, wants a lunch that looks like it was scraped off a barn floor. Ginger pork, some soggy stewed whatever, everything just kinda dumped in together. You didn't even try, did you? It was like you just threw random leftovers in a box and called it done. And don't think I didn't notice the fried chicken.
What was wrong with the chicken?
You obviously just heated up some frozen pre-made chicken in the microwave. How many times have I told you, no frozen food, no pre-packaged meals in my lunch? Do you even care at this point? Does it not bother you that your husband is forced to survive on this kind of garbage?
I'm sorry. I tasted it before packing and I thought it was okay. Certainly didn't seem bad enough for you to get this mad about.
That's it! That's exactly the problem! You don't even realize how bad your food is! You seriously need to wake up and accept that you're just no good at this! Do you have any idea what it's like being married to someone who can't cook? I've been putting up with your awful meals for years! I'm lucky I haven't either starved to death or died of food poisoning!
I really am sorry.
Tomorrow I expect an actual lunch. Put some time and effort into it for a change. And make it from scratch. I don't want to see a single shortcut. I'm serious. No frozen food, no instant anything. And when I get home tonight, I'm going straight to the fridge. Anything that's not fresh is going straight into the trash.
Hold on a second. Making your lunch is already really hard on me. You want everything homemade and in huge portions. I already wake up at 3 a.m. just to get your lunch ready in time. And on top of that, I'm working too. It's honestly becoming too much. I'm exhausted, Aaron.
Wow, okay. Are you really trying to argue with me about this? You think this is acceptable? Talking back to your own husband? Your breadwinner? The man of the house? Newsflash, Haley. Making meals for your husband is literally part of being a wife. That's pretty much your single most important job, actually. I've been holding back, pretending to be okay with your food out of concern for your stupid feelings, but I've hit my limit. I'm trying to help you, Haley. I'm trying to fix your terrible cooking habits.
It doesn't feel like you're trying to help. It feels like you're trying to hurt.
Oh, please. If I didn't care about you, I would have divorced you a long time ago. So maybe you should show me some gratitude from time to time, huh? Because if this keeps up, you're really pushing your luck, Haley.
Okay, I understand. I'm sorry.
That lunch today? Yeah, it's going in the trash. I'm not torturing myself with that mess. I'll eat out today like I should have done in the first place.
You're really going to throw it all away again?
Obviously! This slop is trash, so it belongs in the trash!
I know this might sound bad, but you've been throwing out your lunch every single day lately, haven't you? Then you grab takeout or convenience store food anyway, right? So I was thinking, maybe it'd be better if I just stopped making them all together. It's wasting food and it's hurting our budget too.
What? Are you seriously saying this to me right now? You're just looking for an excuse to stop cooking, aren't you? Trying to get out of your responsibilities?
No, Aaron, I'm just thinking about how to make things work with us.
And what the hell do you think I'm doing? I'm being hard on you because I care, damn it! Someone has to push you to do better, and that someone is me. Are you mad at me for caring about our marriage? Does it make me a villain to want to help you become a better wife for me?
No, that's not what I meant. I wasn't trying to get out of anything. I'm sorry. I'll practice more, okay? I'll work on it. I'll do better.
Good! And maybe try to think about how hard this is for me, too! I'm the one suffering through these meals! So next time, don't talk back, just do better! And don't screw up tonight's dinner. I swear if it's anything like that lunch, then you're gonna be sleeping on the front. Hey, Haley! Where the hell are you right now? You seriously think it's okay to be out this late without even telling me where you are? Your husband just got home from a long day of work. I was expecting to see my wife greeting me at the front door to thank me for all my hard work, but I guess that's just too much to ask from you. Unbelievable. You've got some nerve, Haley.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I just stepped out for a quick errand. I'm doing some grocery shopping. I'll be back soon.
Oh, for God's sake! Did you forget something when you were out at the store earlier? Again? God, you're hopeless, clumsy, clueless, and completely unreliable. You never learn, do you?
I said I'm sorry. I'll be back right after I finish up.
Tell me something. This thing on the dining room table, is that supposed to be dinner?
Yeah. But there was something I needed to tell you about that.
Ugh, wow! Just looking at it makes me want to puke! How do you even manage to create something that disgusting? It looks like toxic sludge! It's actually impressive how awful it is. I mean, it's so bad it's kind of funny! There is no way I'm eating that crap! Well, you're just gonna have to start over from scratch. I threw it in the trash as soon as I walked in the room!
Wait, what? You threw it away?
Duh! I felt like I was gonna get food poisoning just looking at it. Get back here now and make me a proper dinner!
Hold on, Aaron, you've got this all wrong. I didn't make that.
Ha! What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I said. I didn't make dinner for you tonight.
But, if you didn't make it, then...
Your sister Christy did.
Wait, what?
Yeah, your sister dropped by earlier this evening, totally unexpected. She wanted to hang out for a bit, and while we were chatting, she grabbed some things from the fridge and whipped something up.
Oh, God! Oh, my God! You didn't tell her about, you didn't rat me out to my own sister, did you?
Rat you out? About what? You mean about how you always tell me my cooking is awful? Well, yeah, I did mention it, a little. I mean, come on, Christy's great at cooking. I thought maybe she could give me some tips.
Are you out of your mind? Why would you even think about doing that? You just screwed me over big time, Haley!
And how exactly did I screw you over? Oh, hey, I was actually talking to Christy just now, and she said she actually wants to talk to you about something.
She does?
She said she's going to message you herself, so yeah, keep an eye out for that.
Wait! Can you tell her I'm busy? Tell her I'll text her later, please! Oh no, she's already texting me!
Aaron, what exactly do you think you're doing?
Okay, hold it right there, Christy. You've got no business coming to my house unannounced and uninvited.
Oh, go screw yourself, you little twerp. I came to see my darling sister-in-law, Haley, not you. But honestly, that is so not the point right now, is it?
No, wait. Hold on, Christy. You've got it all wrong, okay? This is a big misunderstanding.
Oh, really? Why don't you explain to me what exactly I'm misunderstanding? Let's see. Are you saying I've got it all wrong about you treating my lovely sister-in-law like some worthless, lousy cook? Or maybe I'm mistaken about how you've been throwing away the meals she's been working hard to make for you every single day? Or how you've been berating her, criticizing her, pushing her to the point she's emotionally worn down? Or maybe it's today, where you went ahead and trashed the dinner I made without even tasting it. Just wondering, because from where I'm standing, it really sounds like you've been acting like a trash-tier excuse for a husband. So tell me, Aaron, where exactly is the misunderstanding? Your big sister is all ears.
I didn't mean for it to come across like that. Seriously, Christy, I'm so sorry.
Are your eyes as worthless as your taste buds? Because I'm asking you a very clear question. Exactly what part of this situation am I not understanding? You can read English, can't you? Do you need me to give you some English tutoring like I did when you were in middle school?
I'm sorry, Christy. I'm really, really sorry. I didn't know you were the one who made dinner. I never would have thrown it out if I'd known.
Oh, I see. Now we're getting somewhere. So you didn't answer my question at all, but you've made your position clear. You seem to realize that throwing my food away was a mistake. But for some reason, you also think it's perfectly fine to throw Haley's food away. That's what you're saying, right?
No, look, it's just that Haley's food was really bad. I kept telling her and she never improved. She has no sense of taste, no idea what she's doing. I figured maybe if I pushed her a little, she'd finally get better. I thought I was helping her fix it.
Right. Well, I tried Haley's cooking, by the way, and you know what? It was perfectly fine. Actually, more than fine. The seasoning was well balanced, the broth was rich, and you could taste the effort she put into every single bite. So maybe it's not her food that's the problem. Maybe it's your attitude. Or maybe my taste buds are just as wrong as hers, huh? What do you think, Aaron? Is your dear older sister out of her mind?
I don't know what to say. That's not what I'm...
Stop stammering and spit it out, you pathetic little weasel. You're not trying to help her. You just wanted to put her down. You enjoyed it. You make yourself feel superior by mocking her food, nitpicking every little thing she does, and then throwing it out like garbage. It makes you feel powerful, doesn't it? God, the fact that we share DNA makes me want to vomit.
Christy, come on. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Oh, you don't think it was a big deal? That's your excuse. You've been treating Haley like a live-in servant, throwing away her hard work every single day. And now that someone calls you out, suddenly it's not a big deal? Well, it is a big deal. So here's what's happening now. Starting today, you and Haley are going to live separately. I am going to come to your place every day for some in-depth training. You're going to cook your own breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 full meals, all from scratch. No frozen shortcuts, no prepackaged crap, and definitely no takeout. You're going to do that for 30 straight days. And until you finish the entire month, you are not allowed to see Haley. That level of effort, it's not even a fraction of what you demanded from her every day.
Wait, hold on. Why do you get to decide that? This is between me and Haley. It's our marriage. You shouldn't be interfering like this.
I'm sorry, were you under the impression that you can say no to me? Let me remind you of a few things, little brother. Who bailed you out when you used your college scholarship money to buy a new gaming console and couldn't pay tuition? Who covered your fees behind mom and dad's back so you wouldn't get expelled? Who took you in when you got fired from your part-time job and your landlord kicked you out? Who gave you a roof over your head, fed you, and helped you get back on your feet? Who finally convinced your unstable ex to leave you alone after she trashed your apartment? Who pulled every string she had at her company to land you an interview for the job you have right now? Come on, say it. Who did all that?
You did. It was you, Christy. I'm sorry. I'll do what you say.
You don't owe me an apology. You owe Haley one. And I don't mean some half-assed mumbled sorry. You go to her and take responsibility for what you did. And if she doesn't forgive you, if she decides she's done and wants a divorce, you keep your mouth shut and accept it. Because you earned that outcome, Aaron. Own it.
I understand.
Good. Tomorrow morning, I'll be at your place at 3 a.m. Get ready, and don't even think about whining.
Yes, ma'am.
After everything, Christy reassured me that my cooking was genuinely excellent. She also recommended that I go back to my parents' place to get some space from Aaron. While I was gone, he got a full dose of Christy's no-nonsense lectures and daily cooking boot camp. From what I heard, she tore apart every dish he made until he finally broke. 4 months later, he showed up skinny, pale, and bawling his eyes out as he apologized to me on his knees. Since then, I've moved back home, and honestly, he's like a different person. He started helping with everything, cooking, cleaning, laundry, you name it. I don't know what kind of training Christy put him through, but it clearly worked. These days, our marriage feels way more balanced, and life at home is so much easier. I'm seriously grateful to Christy. Someday, I hope I can be as strong as she is. Neil, hi there. I had so much fun at the reunion party. Hey, Neil. Are you not there? Hello? Oh, come on, give me a reply.
What do you want? I'm working right now. I'm at work. Can you not see the time?
Oh, that's not as important as replying to my texts. I'm always everyone's priority.
You're way down. Why would I prioritize you over my job?
You're acting all shy again. Oh, what a cutie you are.
I'm not being shy.
Okay, you're a cute baby who doesn't want to admit it. You used to be so nerdy back then, but look at you now, all handsome and cool.
Who expected you to change so dramatically? I know it was all for me. Thanks. Hey, let's meet after work. I know you miss me.
I'm on a business trip.
Oops, my bad. What a pity. Then I'll talk about something more fun. You must be stressed with work. What should we do for Christmas together?
What are you talking about? Why are you asking me that?
Oh my, are you trying to make me say it, you little pookie? I'm asking you out for Christmas. Let's go on a date and spend some time with just the two of us.
No thanks, I'll pass.
Why is that? You're saying no to me?
I'm spending Christmas with my family.
Oh, right. I get it now. You've been single all these years, so your only choice was to spend Christmas with your family. Oh, Neil, you don't have to do that anymore. My poor Pookie. How sad.
Ha! That's nonsense!
Hear me out. We're both grown-ups now. You have to understand that Christmas is actually for lovers to spend time together. It's basically an event made for lovers.
I don't think it's an event dedicated to just lovers. Do you even know the history of Christmas?
You say that just because you've only experienced Christmas without a girlfriend. It's time for you to experience something new. This year, I'll teach you the correct way to spend Christmas from 1 to 10. A private lesson just for you. So there's nothing to worry about.
You're disgusting!
Huh?
I don't know why you're making everything up and having fun imagining things, but I have a family to spend Christmas with, so I hope you can stop all this nonsense. It's creeping me out, honestly.
Listen, I am telling you that your way of spending Christmas is lame.
There's nothing happier than being able to celebrate the holidays with your loving family, in my opinion. What's your problem?
Huh?
I have to go back to work now. I can't waste any more time on you. Stop texting me. I don't want us to keep in touch.
You really don't understand how fun these seasonal events can be when you hang out with the one you love. You're missing out on so much. Listen carefully. Think about all the fun holidays we have in a year. In January, we have New Year's. We'll have the New Year's countdown together, start the year with me by your side, and go pray at church, praying to God that we'll have a happy year. In February, we have Valentine's Day. I'll make chocolate for you, and we'll taste them together. In March, we have White Day, where you're supposed to prepare me a brand bag in return for the chocolates I gave you for Valentine's. In April, we'll go see flowers and have a picnic at the park. We'll eat and drink some cocktails under the cherry blossom trees. We read each other love poems. In May, we'll take some days off to travel together. A lovey-dovey trip in the best weather. In June, well, there's not much going on during this month, but we'll go on dates and have fun together as always. For the 4th of July, we'll visit fairs, see fireworks, and celebrate together. We should go take photos at photo booths, too. In August, we'll go to the beach and water parks. You'll fall for me even deeper seeing me in a sexy bikini. You better not faint. In September, we should go travel again. The weather is perfect for sightseeing. In October, we'll wear costumes for Halloween, and we can make themed desserts together. You can take me to a fancy dinner before we eat our desserts at home. We'll definitely have to celebrate Thanksgiving together in November. You can cook me a feast, and we can invite some of our friends, too. Or we can travel to go meet our families. And last but not least, December. Of course, we have Christmas, our long-awaited holiday for the lovers. I know, I have a good idea. How about we go somewhere together from the 24th? We'll spend Christmas Eve together. We can spend the night looking at beautiful night lights. In a hotel room, of course. What do you think? After Christmas, we have to get ready to end the year. Time passes so fast. Well, we'll have Christmas to worry about first. Our first holidays together. I bet you're too inexperienced to plan for a perfect Christmas date, so I'll be in charge of planning it this year. You better learn from me for next year. See you soon, my little Pookie.
Hey, Neil. Mr. Sanders, hello. Is there anything I can help you with? It's out of work hours. I assume you have something very urgent to tell me. Don't tell me. You're cheating on your girl. I didn't know you were that type of guy. What? I saw you walking with another girl today. Oh, I didn't know you were watching. You're always with that girl every Friday. I know more than you think. I've seen you meeting up with that girl at the office entrance for the past few weeks. It was pretty obvious. And you two always walk in that direction where there are many motels. You can't deceive me! No, you're wrong. I always escape from her grasp at the station right before the entrance of the area where the motels are. I then hop onto the first train that comes. Escape from her grasp? You make it sound dramatic. What do you mean? There is absolutely no way that I'm cheating on my partner with her. It's never gonna happen, sir. Something smells fishy, man. It doesn't make sense not to make a move on such a glamorous-looking gal like her. You're a man, a young man, Neil. Don't be deceived by her looks. You can never expect what kind of personality she's hiding beneath her makeup. I'm going straight home after this. Goodbye.
Oh, my Pookie, my Neil. You don't have to act so shy. I know it's been a while since we started flirting. I know we promised to become one, both emotionally and physically, on Christmas Eve. But I don't mind doing so before Christmas. We don't have to follow what we decided days ago. I'm sure we'll spend a dreamy night together on Christmas Eve, whether that's our first time or not. And it's not like I can visit you every single day. We're in a long-distance relationship, actually. It takes me 2 hours to come meet you. It's a lot of effort. Oh, but don't worry. I will quit my job and move in with you as soon as we get married. To do so, we first have to spend some quality time together.
I've had enough! Stop all this nonsense! The reason why I hopped onto the train running away from you is because I don't intend to be in that kind of relationship with you! I can't be any clearer than this! How come you still don't understand that I'm trying to escape you? I don't want you near me!
I see. You're too shy to spend the night with me. Oh, what a cutie you are. You must love me so dearly. Oh, I never knew.
No! You're misunderstanding me again! Just stop! Let me go!
You don't have to act so shy. It's a bit sad that I won't be able to get any intimate with you for so many weeks, but I'll endure it just for you. I'll see you again next Friday. Miss you already, my Pookie. Oh, my Pookie, my Neil. I knew something was wrong when you never came out of the office building after work, but who would have expected you to go home from the underground parking lot? You should have told me beforehand if that was your plan. If you told me, I would have waited near the exit of the underground parking lot. So, I decided to punish you this week. I'm spending the night with your boss, Mr. Sanders. Surprised? It was actually Mr. Sanders who told me about you usually coming to work by car. He is so kind, isn't he? Okay then, I'll be his for just one night. It's just tonight, don't freak out. It's all your fault, though, for being too shy to make a proper move on me. You're at blame here, not me or Mr. Saunders. So this is not cheating, let me make that clear. If you don't want me to cheat on you like this, you must promise me to be mine on Christmas Eve. This is a warning, Neil. See you.
Hey, Neil, what a great morning, huh? I think Lana has already told you about what happened last night between us. I guess your girlfriend is mine now. Sorry, man, she was just too irresistible.
Good morning, Mr. Sanders. Looks like you had a great night yesterday. I just saw the texts Lana sent me yesterday. I see you and Lana. I didn't know this would happen so fast.
So, as you know, your girlfriend is mine now. It seems like her heart is still with you, but it should be a matter of time until she completely falls for me. I've decided to let her stay at my place until Christmas Eve. I heard she's been traveling a long distance just for you.
Until then, Lana and I will be spending the night together every day. You might be stupid, but you should be able to understand what I mean by that.
Neil, my little Pookie, I texted to tell you about our schedule tomorrow. I booked a hotel room for us to spend the night together on Christmas Eve. I booked the suite room on the top floor at Tube Hotel. Isn't that wonderful? I'll check in first, so come straight to the hotel after work. I'll be waiting for my Pookie to come see me. Neil, I think it's around time for you to get off work. I am tired of waiting. I couldn't wait any longer, so I took a shower first. You might be inexperienced, but I bet you know what this means. We're finally becoming one. It was a long wait. I'll be waiting for you to come one last time. Hey, Neil, answer me. Why is Mr. Saunders here? Where are you? I told you that you were the one I wanted to spend Christmas Eve with. I've been telling you this so many times. I know you're reading my texts.
What's the big deal? I thought you were in a relationship with Mr. Sanders now. I heard that you became one with him. He told me that you've been living with him since your first night with him.
Mr. Saunders and I have already talked about this. We promised that our relationship only lasts until this morning. So there's nothing for you to worry about anymore. Oh, you must be so jealous.
I don't know what there is to be worried about. Well, I'm certainly not the type of person to steal the wife of my boss.
Huh? Wife? Who are you talking about?
Mr. Sanders announced that he's getting married today at work.
He's getting married?
He told me that you're going to be his bride. Congratulations to you both.
Huh? I never signed any paper to get married to him. What is going on? I wanted to be yours. That's why I booked the suite at Tube Hotel, ready to give you my everything.
You should enjoy your time with your husband. I'm out.
I told you that you're the one I want to marry. You have to be my husband.
You're disgusting. Stop it. I can't bear it anymore.
What? You dare to call me disgusting?
I'm married already anyways.
Huh? No way. I know you're lying. You told me that you never spent Christmas with your girlfriend. I remember what you told me.
It's true that I've never dated any woman in my life before I met my wife. I might be inexperienced, as you say. To make it clear, it's just that I'm spending Christmas this year with my wife, not my girlfriend. I met her in February at a matchmaking event, and we got married in November, so I never really got to experience Christmas with my girlfriend.
What?
And I also have 2 kids, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old.
No way, that can't be.
For me, Christmas is a holiday I want to spend with my family. That's my normal. Choosing another woman to spend it with when I have a loving family to enjoy Christmas with? Never happening in my lifetime.
You never told me that you had a wife and kids. Oh, this is not fair. You took advantage of me by hiding the truth, you bastard.
I told you when you waited for me at the entrance of my office building. I was always being honest with you.
Huh?
But you kept on talking, not even trying to listen to me. You were all over me, but never thought of listening to me properly. I wonder who's at fault here. You were really disgusting, to be honest.
No way.
Well, now you're married to Mr. Sanders, and you got yourself a husband. There's no reason for you to text me anymore. And I certainly don't want Mr. Sanders to be suspicious of anything between us because of these texts you're sending me. So I'm blocking you from my contacts.
No, please.
Mr. Sanders is my boss, so he does make more money than me. I think that his age being closer to her father bothers Lana the most. But it seems like Mr. Sanders is crazy over his newlywed wife who's gleaming with youth. While Lana was in a trance out of shock, he quickly arranged a meeting with her parents and told them about their marriage. By the beginning of next year, she had already moved in with him at his parents' house, so things were going very quickly. It seems like he had submitted the marriage papers without telling her, so she got all mad and got into a fight in her dreams because she soon found out that she was pregnant. They look like a happy couple on the outside, but Lana had to deal with his problematic parents and Mr. Sanders, who already had 4 divorces, which definitely tells about his problematic nature. People have spotted Lana looking gaunt and tired of life around her neighborhood.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.